Tom Abel, thoughts first of all on today's play?
Yeah, obviously not the day that we wanted. Obviously they're sort of certainly ahead in the game, but we just had to stick in this afternoon. Obviously, we didn't pick up early wickets, which we were obviously about 100 behind going into the second innings, and we felt if we could take a couple of early wickets and get into them, potentially we could have dragged ourselves back into the game. But obviously after that first session and a half, we didn't manage to do that, and then it's a case of sticking in the game and trying to be as dry as possible and give ourselves the best chance of achieving some sort of result in the game.
Were you surprised that Gloucestershire, given the strength of their position, weren't more aggressive and tried to get Somerset in for a few overs this evening?
Personally, I was a little bit, but of course I'm sure they've got a game plan, and there's obviously still a lot of time left in this game. But yeah, I thought obviously they're only being 1 or 2 wickets down, I thought they might have put us under a bit more pressure in that last session. Obviously it was a very soft ball, and we had a bit of an in-out field, so there's obviously a bit of spin there. So as I say, I'm sure they've got a game plan and how they want to go about it. But yeah, I guess obviously 340 ahead, we've got to hope that if we have to bowl in the morning, that again we can be as dry as possible and give ourselves the best chance.
And a lot of credit as well to Sajid Khan, who bowled that long, very economical spell.
Yeah, Sajid's been brilliant. What he's given in the field as well. But in both innings, I think he's been fantastic with the ball. Obviously, there wasn't much assistance there in the first innings, but he controlled the game really well. And even again today, I thought potentially they might have put him under a little bit of pressure, which they did at the start. But he's a highly skillful bowler, and he's been brilliant for us.
And Tom Namleby bowled well as well, but a limited number of overs. Is that because of his ankle trouble, that you can't bowl him perhaps as much as you'd like to?
Not really, to be honest. I think it's the first couple of overs with Lammers. He's a little bit sore, but he's a bit of a trooper. He won't say anything and he'll just crack on, no matter how much he's hurting. But look, Lammers isn't, necessarily a frontline bowler. He's not sort of bowled the overs that some of the guys have, so it can be dangerous, just to, thrust 15, 20 overs upon someone. And yeah, I guess obviously when the ball was slightly newer, you back your main bowlers. And I thought they were brilliant today. We beat the edge a lot, but it just didn't quite happen for us. But yeah, Lammers obviously had his role, and I thought he did that brilliantly.
Josh Davey only bowled a couple of overs in the last session. Is he fully fit?
Yeah, he's fully fit. Again, you've obviously got to play sort of the game situation, and JD's sort of bowled a fair bit the last few days, having just come back from a hamstring injury. So he's been brilliant, yeah. But see, there wasn't much there for the bowlers this evening, given the game situation. So he's put in a huge effort for us.
You're 341 runs behind. Is it realistic to think in terms of chasing down a target, probably 350 plus, or will you just have to bat out the day tomorrow for the draw?
We have to wait and see. I think after day one's play, we were probably behind the 8 ball, and when the opposition gets sort of 340 in the first innings, it's always going to be tough from that position. We came back on sort of the end of day 1, early in day 2. Thought we came back really well, but yeah, tomorrow we've obviously just got to assess the situation, and there's no point thinking about trying to chase 340 in 2 sessions. We've got to apply ourselves with the bat. We've got to lay that foundation. We've got to earn the right to score runs first and foremost, which we didn't do in the first innings. But we can do it. We've shown that in the previous few Champo games. So yeah, first and foremost, it's about sort of getting in that battle against that first new ball. And if we can establish partnerships, batting always gets easier, and who knows. But yeah, we'll just be looking to play it sort of, it's a bit of a cliche, but ball by ball, and not look too far ahead. And then, if we can bat well and sort of earn the right, who knows what could be capable later on. But of course, first things first, we've got to try and sort of get some sort of result.
At the end of the day, you've been out-batted and out-bowled over 3 days by the side who are bottom in Division 1. That must be worrying.
That's disappointing, yeah. I think after the sort of last few Champo games, we came sort of into these games with pretty high hopes and pretty confident mood. I'm not sure I got the decision at the toss right, to be honest, and that's another factor. But look, it is disappointing, but there's no point feeling sorry for ourselves now. We've obviously got a big job to do tomorrow. There's still a lot to play for, and we're not, I guess too arrogant to think that, you know, we deserve to beat Gloucestershire. They've obviously outplayed us for 3 days, so we've got to front up tomorrow and show a bit of character and show what we're about.